Hey guys, it's Zumpr here, and as of, well, how my watch on? As of July 9th today, this is my July 9th, 2017. This is my N64 Game Collection update. Not really update, it's just a video because, you know, I have the Google form set up. It's going to be, this video should have come out just right after the front episode of Pokemon Snap. So, because in those Google Forms, of course, you choose a game that I have, but you also get to have a short answer to see which games you want me to get in the future. And I haven't showed you guys how many games I have or what games I have, so that way you can know what to say and ask. So yeah, here they are. And also, I wanted to mention that there are 20 games here right now. Technically, I have 21. Well, technically, I have 27 right now. Whenever they get in, but I have one. Mario Kart 64 isn't here. I should be getting it by Wednesday. And that should be the same day I should be getting Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Snap, and Mario Tennis, and they're all physical copies. I already have the last three: Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Snap, Mario Tennis, and Mario Golf on the Wii U Virtual Console, but I decided that if I was ever going to do like top 10s or anything, I'm not going to count Virtual Console games that I have. So, and those are the only four. So once I get Mario Golf, I'll have all the physical copies of those. Only physical copies count for top 10s. So games that I don't have, like, well, I will have it. But if I made a top 10 right now of like top 10 N64 games, Banjo-Kazooie wouldn't be on here. Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark. I don't know if they'd be on the new one. You never know. But usually I'll do that. FYI, I'll usually make one of those top 10 games, or I'm planning on doing like a top 10 N64 games of 2017, and then 28, and having like a year behind them that way. I mean, my opinion may change. It's not, I don't have like a set in stone N64 opinion. I mean, this is an N64 channel, and I only have 20 games, 21 games that I've ever really had experience with, and if I had to count, it's probably only been like, let's see, I only have played like 16 or 17 because Mario Kart 64 isn't here. Only, sorry if I kind of phased out. I was just counting. Only 16 of these games I've really engaged myself and played. So, yeah. There are, no, I haven't played all the games, but, or I haven't in-depth played all the games, but, yeah, I'm looking, I haven't even played all the games that I own. So, I'm looking forward to, collecting more games and seeing if my opinion changes as better games come in. Because, as I said, unless I have the physical copy of the game, I'm not going to say that Banjo-Kazooie is like my #1 N64 game if I don't have it. So, yeah, let's get on to the, N64 collection. Okay, so this first game I have, I may give little descriptions of each game as I'm going through with it. Like, just short little descriptions. If I don't have much of the game, I won't really say anything. Actually, I probably will. I don't know. Anyway, Diddy Kong Racing, big game of mine. You guys all know this. And this channel's only been around for 3 months, but I've deeply expressed my love for this game. Awesome kart racer, obviously better than Mario Kart 64, and I could totally beat out anyone with one argument. There are more vehicles, so, you know, suck it, Mario Kart 64 lovers. Actually, I love both games. I just like Diddy Kong Racing more, so, yeah, suck it. Because I actually like, one bad thing about this game is that it's a lot harder to do cheats because there are a lot more vehicles. Whereas doing stuff like the Rainbow Road Jump would be a piece of cake. You could actually beat Rainbow Road with this kart in very quickly. Now, there actually are, I know this, but on Rainbow Road you have to, or in any Mario Kart game, you do have to touch certain parts of the track to be able to count the lap or whatever, but, yeah, just know the point still exists at the fact that it would be really easy to beat Mario Kart with this game. It would be really hard to beat Diddy Kong Racing in Mario Kart format. But anyway, next game. DK64, another jewel of mine. I don't think I bought this game. I think my dad did, but I bought the expansion pack. Put it in. I played this a lot. I still haven't beat it. I'm really close. I mean, I'm in Creepy Castle. I was just like, I'm so close. I already know how to beat the game. I don't really care. Save it for another time. Probably save it for when I play it on the channel. But, yeah, it's a rock start. I kind of line most of these games up by their companies. So, like, there's 2 rares. And then there's just 2 kind of random ones below. And then 2 more random ones. And then 2 more random ones. And then some Nintendo ones. It's not really super organized, but that's as organized as it gets, punk. Next game, Namco Museum 64. My dad got this one, thinking it would be like a good arcade classic. You know, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Pole Position, Dig Dug, all the good ones. But it's it's a little bit lackluster. I'll talk about that whenever I review this game, because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to play through this game one episode, do one episode where I play it with friends, and do one episode where I review it, because there's going to be no highlights of this game. Next game, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Technically my first shooter, next to Doom, just because we had both these games, and like, whenever I was born, these games we already had them, so, you know, it's kind of fun. I just never really liked it because it didn't have multiplayer, so, it's kind of a problem, but it's Star Wars, it's good. The first Hoth level's awesome, one of my favorites, but, yeah, sorry if it seems like I'm kind of rushing through, just in past attempts of doing this. It's going like 20 minutes long, and then like my phone dies or whatever. So yeah, but I also don't really. I've done it so many times that I know what I'm gonna say. So next is Duke Nukem 0 Hour. I have talked about this game briefly in one of my random playthrough episodes that probably nobody watched, or not watched all the way. But it's Duke Nukem 64 is obviously the lesser version, because one thing, Duke Nukem 0 Hour is in 3D, and Duke Nukem 64 is just 2D. It's kind of a port of the PC version. This was like the N64's Duke Nukem, and no, there wasn't 0 Hour unless you ROM hack it, which I don't know why you do that, to be honest. But 0 Hour wasn't in any other console, and it was made like a laptop game. I mean, it's like the one time the C buttons are used like a laptop mouse, or the laptop arrow keys, but it's a pretty good game in my opinion. It's not the worst thing, not the best thing. Pretty good shooter. I think it could, it doesn't rival GoldenEye on the easiness of the controls, but it does rival GoldenEye, and it's, if you are adjusted to the controls, the gameplay is pretty good. Next, Madden 2001. Nothing really to say about this game. I've played it a little bit, but I went to Game Exchange, wanted to get a sporting game, and I wanted to get one of the football ones, but this was the most, like, recent one. I don't think they ever made a Madden 2002, because by then the GameCube was out. It's the most recent Madden. It has pretty decent graphics for the N64. Yeah, that's fun. Next, F1 World Grand Prix. Even though I'm like in love with all of my N64 racing games, and really any racing games in general, I can't really say the same for this game. Never really fell in love with it, because, to be honest, it had all these like Spanish and Great Britain and European racers, and I couldn't really ever connect with them. Like, if they had like a Billy Bob Joe from America, I probably would have used him, but kind of a confusing game. I don't really know how to beat it, because I don't know when I beat it, but I don't know, it's just kind of a funny game to just kind of zoom around on. I think it has a multiplayer, I'm not sure. I don't know. That's how little I've played this game. Next, Star Fox 64. Funny little story about this game. Got it for $10 at not really at Game Exchange. I mean, it was at Game Exchange, but we left the store kind of bummed that we couldn't find it, but we weren't surprised, because we doubted they'd have a game as good as this. And some guy who's like a usual at Game Exchange just kind of came out and was like, hey, I can give you that for $10, but the Game Exchange employees don't like me making deals inside their building. So give me like 10-15 minutes and I'll be back with your game. And we were like, sure. So I got this for $10. It's a lot of fun. I've beaten it probably once or twice. This is supposed to be the original game I played through. So, if that means anything. But yeah, I like how you can't save. Now there's like multiple paths based on your performance. So yeah, good game, good game. I really like it. I feel like it fits N64. It really is like Nintendo's very own Star Wars title. And it's easily the best in the Star Fox franchise. Yeah, next game, Pilotwings 64. Wow, what a game. I think I said that in my review, but I really like this game a lot. I feel like it was very well made. It's kind of a hidden gem in its own right. Oh, there's some kind of light. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's like over here. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Pilotwings 64. Yeah, I really enjoy it. No multiplayer, of course, always a bum for me, but, I'm getting raged. I don't care. It's kind of a bum that doesn't have any multiplayer, but it's an awesome game. I love the soundtrack. Easily one of my favorites. Probably, like, top 3, I would say, and that's a bold statement, because I know a lot of good OSTs on the N64, using my acronyms. But, yeah, great game. I really like it. And then Super Mario 64. There's also a bit of a story about this one. I had it since I grown up. That's some good. That is good Zinglishes. I've had this game since I have been born, and I like it. It's pretty good, but I never had that connection that everybody else seems to have with it, just because I never beat it as a kid. Because what happened with me is that I really started getting. I mean, I basically just got the Dire Docks and just kind of sat there, and then that was my full gaming experience of this game. But I was never able to beat it because kind of a mental psych out, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna move and get more light on the camera. Because what happened with me is that I was playing this, and then I got Super Mario 64 DS, and so then I thought, oh wait, I need 80 stars to get to Bowser's Place, and I only need 70, but I didn't know I needed 70. I needed 80, so I had like 68 stars whenever I played it, probably a month or two ago. And I was like, wow, I looked up how many stars do I need to beat Super Mario 64, because even then I still thought I needed 80, and I looked it up and it was 70, and I was like, I'm an idiot. And so then, you know, I just one thing led to another, and voila, I beat the game. Really good game though. Music that people really underrate. Everybody's like, Dire Ducks, Dire Ducks, yay, 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 Dire Ducks. Favorite music, Super Mario, oh my gosh. And then, if you look up top 10 N64 songs or whatever, it's going to be like number 2. And then, another, like, Super Mario song that usually hits is the Bowser theme. But one that I never understood people, I haven't seen this on, even on according to science, top 100 Mario, or top 100 N64 songs, somehow, I was just so surprised. File select theme. That's like, that's the music. I never sat at Diddy Kong, or I never sat at Diddy Kong Racing. I never did sat at Diddy Kong Racing, to be honest. I never sat at Dire Docks just sitting there listening to the music. I mean, sometimes I did, but really, my entire gameplay experience was just sit at the file select theme and do something else while it's playing. Because it was so hard to move on when the music is that good. So yeah, I expect that to be like top 10 N64 songs. That's going to easily be like 4 next to this song's file select theme. I mean, these two games both have awesome file select themes, or like main menu themes or whatever. They're great. Next game, GoldenEye 007. Got this for my birthdays. A lot of fun. Awesome multiplayer action, but I don't know. I would choose Duke Nukem over this game. Nope, none of my friends really would. This game's just easier. It has auto aim, all that. But I don't know. Duke Nukem just has that kind of nostalgic feeling. My dad loves Duke Nukem. I love the little quotes and little sayings that Duke Nukem says to whenever he dies or whatever. Especially with the different Dukes, he says like, "Remember the Alamo," and like, "I ain't got time." My personal favorite is like, "I Ain't Got Time to Bleed" by Apocalypse Duke. But yeah, it's still a good game though. I like the super spy weapons, and trust me, we were playing the other day, and me and Anders had a lot of fun with the good old proximity mines. That's a fun mode to play in. Next game is Super Smash Bros. Similar to Star Fox's story. I got this at Game Exchange, but nobody really gave it to me. I just somehow miraculously found it. I was just like asking. I was like, "Do you guys have Smash Bros. In the back?" And they were like, "You know what? We actually might have it," but because they wouldn't really show that game out front. Otherwise, it would disappear in like 5 seconds. So that's how I got it. Got it for like $20, and I was like, "Yeah, boy." So yeah, that awesome edition, great multiplayer fun. But I think what really bought it for me was a single player campaign, because I don't know. Whenever you don't have friends around, it's good to be able to do something. And again, you can always play against the CPUs, but you know, it's still fun to play against the story. I like playing against the story. It's my favorite. Next up is Micro Machines. This was a game that I kind of grew up with. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, Doom is technically 7, but I never played that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I grew up with 11 of these 20 games that I have. Of course, I've added some, if you can't tell, over the years. But this was one of those that I had, and it's a lot of fun. Very, very quirky, kind of odd. It's a very easy game. It's just awesome, though. Awesome fun with your friends. The camera angles are horrible, but I'm pretty sure they were intended to be like that. It's just a goofy game. And then next up is Doom. Ugh, so scared of this game. Yeah, I had both Midway games next to each other. But, man, Doom scared the crap out of me. That intro scene, man. Dude, that was the scare. Like, literally, this one says rated M, ages 17 and up. And Duke Nukem just says rated M. So, you know you're in for a treat when it says that. But yeah, this game was, scared me. I also dropped my camera. Okay, well, for some reason my camera flipped upside down, so that was great. Anyway, Rogue Squadron, good game. Let's see if it doesn't again. Jeez, that was so scary. Yeah, it's fun. Me likey. But it didn't have multiplayer. I had never beaten it. The next game I gotten closer to beating. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Also really like this one. I think it's kind of better. Naturally, I like racers. And I've always had a big thing for pod racers, man. I've always wanted a pod racer. This one has a special place in my heart. I always like racing games, but this game is one of the doper additions to my collection. I'm going to be that guy who says collection. Next, XG2. Another funny story about this game. It's a weird game. It's like F-Zero with Tron. To be honest, I think it's just like Tron in general. Extreme G2. I found it one day, like a year and a half ago, digging through our game room closet, and found this old Winnie the Pooh bag of mine, dumped it out. I think I found a ball of yarn, some Legos, probably something else. I think some Game Boy Advance games, and this. So I immediately plugged it in, played it, and I was like, this game is the trippiest thing I've ever seen. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of anti-grav fun as well. You shoot lasers in the multiplayer mode at each other, you try to take out each other's health. But the single-player campaign is a lot like your boy F-Zero. Except it's a little bit slower and a little bit weirder, but this game, it's just as awesome though. So yeah, but it's kind of an acquired taste. I don't really expect anyone to be like, oh, XG2? I don't want to buy that, because it's just, I don't know, it's just a random find, literally found in Winnie the Pooh bag. But next, NASCAR 99, another awesome racer. You think, oh, just a NASCAR game, jeez, Zumpr, there's nothing good that comes out of NASCAR, except for Dale Earnhardt Jr. But this game's fun. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I really like the theme song, and I really like the Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's like car is like Skittles, Rainbow or whatever, and it's like very similar to the Star Power Mario because I haven't lost. I may have gotten second in one race with Jeff Gordon whenever I qualified in last, or I didn't even qualify. If you qualify and you start a race, you don't lose with Jeff Gordon. Because he qualifies good and he races good. So, yeah, try beating that, scrubs. Next game, Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. Some of you guys will know this, some of you won't. If you guys have an N64, this game is a blast. It's like it took the Pac-Man and put it in 3D. Nothing can go wrong with that. Kind of a random worlds. Yeah, that's another case of awesome grammar. These worlds are pretty random. Like, they don't really have anything to do with the Pac-Man game, but then again, Pac-Man doesn't really have a story to it, so it kind of adds one, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's really canon. I mean, it's made by Namco, so pretty sure it's canon, but it's an awesome game. I love the Cleopatra theme song. One of the best songs in gaming history. Last game, Wave Race 64. Another awesome game. Awesome soundtrack as well. But I think what really set this game for me, probably what made me want, which helped me achieve my love for jet skis, or riding one. But to be honest, who wouldn't like riding jet skis? But this game had the most realistic wave graphics. Like, I was playing it, I remember I was watching somebody, I don't know who it was. Somebody was playing it on a ROM hack, and then I played it on my N64, and then I was watching the video and comparing it to the, like, side by side next to the N64, and the wave graphics on the ROM, the HD ROM on your computer or whatever, looked so similar, it was, like, astonishing. I couldn't believe it, because it was just, that's how the graphics were, the wave graphics were so, like, impressive back then that they couldn't change it in the ROM. And again, because most ROM hacks of games they kind of make the game look worse, because in HD, the game looks worse, but I was just astonished and enthralled by how good this game's water graphics were. It really, there hasn't been a wave race like this. I don't think they've made another wave race. Another cool game that would be like this, Hydro Thunder. I wish I had that. I have the dumb blue cartridge of Madden, but Hydro Thunder would be awesome. I would like that. That's a cool game I want to get. But yeah, that's been it for my N64 collection. You know, not the biggest thing. The 120 N64 games of the 90s kids. I'm just going to scoot back a little bit. But you know, I never really had. Only now have I ever been able to collect, and so I'm kind of hyped to do it. I mean, of course, I'm starting out small, but eventually I'll have that list of like rows and rows of N64 games. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully, it helps you answer those short answer questions on. Yeah, guys, it's school. On the Google forums. I want to let you guys know that way. I mean, you know, I don't get doubles of games. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Pokemon Snap, I think. I don't know. I think so. Untitled. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.